Dear Dad, I remember our first trip out to see Aunt Kathy and Uncle Don's lake house on Lake Pettenwell, Wisconsin. Do you remember the weather that day? The sun was hot on our shoulders, but the mist from the water was refreshing. After a couple hours, you looked like a walking lobster. Aunt Kathy ordered you to come put on some sunscreen. You set down the poles, my hot pink pole and your black one. No sooner than you had stepped away, the hot pink pole was yanked off the boat and into the orange water. You leaped over the side of the boat like Superman after the sinking pole. We all stood with our mouths hanging open as you wrestled with the pole. You tried to pull in whatever was on the end of the line, while also trying to stay afloat. You pulled in your catch, a 10-pound branch. Aunt Kathy burst out laughing, but it wasn't until you pulled out your old phone, ratty and now soaked wallet, and your dripping wet checkbook that we all joined in, saying, you didn't have to jump in to rescue the pole. It was just a $15 pole from Target. The next day, we were sitting on the lake deck, determined to catch something. Dad, you gave my hot pink pole you rescued yesterday to Logan to watch while you went up to the house for a drink. Don't let go of it, Logan, you instructed, as you began the walk up the stairs to the house. You only made it about halfway up the rickety steps when we heard a sound. The sound of a pole being dragged across the deck. Aunt Kathy stopped Logan from jumping in after it. We all watched as the hot pink $15 Target pole vanished in the murky water. I remember the story like it was yesterday, but other times you seem to vanish. Ages 5 through 9, I don't have any memories of us, except what I can get from pictures. It could be because you were away at work a lot and Mom was home all day, so you didn't need to be home. After the divorce, we spent a lot of time together. Some people have told me that we spent more time together in those 4 years after the divorce than in the rest of my life. We learned a lot about each other in those 4 years, like how you love to cook and eat green bean casserole, even though it looked like digested grass with rice. And you were always ready to try something new, like octopus and roller coasters, and your sense of humor could be found anywhere, especially in your wardrobe. But I still wish I could know more about you. I knew you had faced problems when you were younger, back in California, in your teen years. People have told me that you had problems with smoking, drinking, drugs, depression, but I didn't want to hear it. I wanted you to remain the happy, healthy, loving, no wrongdoing person that I began to picture you as. I wanted you to be the dad that I saw every Thursday and every other weekend. After you died, Thursdays vanished and became like Mondays. Then we found the Dougie Center, my peer support grief group that I could go to every other Thursday. Thursday was our day together. Now it's my day to grieve you being gone. Going to Dougie Center is one of those things that I'm glad I have the opportunity to do, but at the same time, I wish I didn't qualify to go. I wish things were different, like if January 19th, 2012 was like any other day. What if it had been a normal Thursday and you rolled up in your white pickup truck with Led Zeppelin blaring through the speakers, instead of me waiting for a ride that would never come? What if we feasted on Mexican food and watched your favorite Star Trek and fell asleep on the couch, instead of us driving up to your house and seeing all the lights off and your truck parked outside? What if Mom had let us fetch the spare key and run in and see you, instead of her calling the sheriff to do a house search? And what if we brushed our teeth and went upstairs and fell asleep in our beds, instead of crying in my bed because the sheriff had found you at your computer, dead of a heart attack? You would have made it to all my concerts, plays, sports games, and 8th grade graduation. With school getting harder, I wish I still had your math games on long car rides where Logan and I raced against the clock and each other over the equations. After you died, I lost all interest in anything to do with math because it will never be easy or fun or interesting to learn without you. Logan is struggling too. I should have realized earlier how much I miss your help. You'd always looked forward to teaching me how to drive. After the divorce, I wanted to grow up fast and do things on my own, become an adult. I missed out on being a kid. Now I don't have your advice, and I need it more than ever. I think often of our trip and the pink pool sitting at the bottom of the lake. It makes me feel like you're somehow still there. And even though we joke about catching the pole, I would never want to catch it. Love, Jocelyn.